Let's watch this case that I operated recently. It started as routine case, moderate nuclear sclerosis in a male patient, 50 years old, and two paracenteses are made, and staining the capsule was done successfully. Good pupil dilation, good draping, filling up the AC with viscoelastic, and then creating a flap and running at 360. So far, so good. The dilation is quite good. The exercise is okay. A good hydrodissection is being done, and good fluid wave was found at the end, and then good rotation of the nucleus was achieved. So so far so good. The problem starts here when I went with the phaco tip and started to do stop and check chop technique. I wanted to do a long groove in the middle and then rotating it and do horizontal chop. That was my initial plan, but for some reason the groove looked so ugly. It's wide, it's superficial, it's not sufficient, it's not deep enough. The posterior plate was very leathery and thick. I couldn't reach it. I'm still trying to create a trench here. Now when I felt that, I rotated to the opposite direction and wanted to do a new trench 90 degrees away from the original trench. That didn't work either. The pupil is now constricting and is not helping. The patient is on Flomax. There is positive pressure, and the pupil is getting smaller, and then the iris is trying to collapse, and the trench is not going well, and the nucleus is just so reluctant to crack. Now the pupil is small, and there is a positive pressure, and the iris is trying to prolapse on the main wound and the side ports. I cannot really see my rexus margin at this point. I am having trouble now, so I decided I cannot go with my chopper like to the equator to do horizontal chop now, because I cannot see my rexus margin and I'm too scared to hook the zonules. So what I did, I started to debulk the center a little bit where I can see the nucleus, and then I flipped the phaco tip and wanted to make the bevel down and try to grip with the vacuum, try to grip part of the nucleus from the equator and pull it to the center after making sure that the center is debulked, and then slowly emulsify it from the equator down to the middle. The idea here to take your time and not to rush. This can happen to any of us, so slowly vacuum, engage a little bit, pull the equator towards the center where you can see the nucleus matter, and emulsify right in the center. So vacuum, pull and emulsify in the center, vacuum, pull, emulsify in the center, and slowly and take your time, rotate, vacuum, bring to the center and emulsify. In a different scenario, I probably should have put iris hooks to expand the pupil and see the bag clearly, but I didn't have access to them at this case, so I opted to continue with this technique. Now the nucleus was removed, and then through this tiny pupil we're gonna remove the cortex and then the nucleus. It's all going fine. Now the pressure is released, no more positive pressure, thankfully, and then all the nucleus is out. There is some iatrogenic iris damage, but that's okay, it's minimal, because the pupil was too tiny and it was hitting the phaco probe every time I was going in and out. Time to inject IOL. The white reflex is not dropped nucleus or dropped cortical matter, is actually choroidal columboma, large choroidal columboma in this patient. So that gives you the white reflex. Here we can lift the iris with the chopper and the blunt instruments to make sure that the IOL is in the bag and the haptics are inside. Now we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna hydrate the wounds from the AC, and we're gonna close the case. Tough case. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.